Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name is Nyambura and this is 100 on Books. Today I'm going to be doing another Maktaba Manenos. So as it's supposed to be done and as I've been talking about for so long, the idea here is to talk about the books I've borrowed since the last time I spoke to you. And so it won't be that many books because I haven't borrowed a bunch of books. I had exams at school and so on. So that got in the way of me borrowing books and reading books. So the first of the books I'm going to be talking about is At 30, I Realized I Had No Gender, Life Lessons from a 50-Year-Old After 2 Decades of Self-Discovery by Shu Arai. This is a manga that I discovered because of the Queer Liberation Library. I'm going to post a link to the library below. I went on their Libby profile and it was available, and it's about a man who found out he was intersex when he was 30 and transitioned thereafter, had a F to M transition. So navigating all of these ideas of gender and sex and so on, really interesting. Next is Dearborn by Ghassan Zinedine, which I borrowed as a hybrid. So I have the ebook and the audio, which is read by Sarab Kamu and Carrie Marshall. I have no idea how I came upon this book. Maybe it was talk of Dearborn, Michigan, the place, which has a significant population of Arab Muslims, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I haven't started reading it yet, so I have nothing else to say about this. Evil Eye is the next book. Evil Eye by Etta Froome. I picked this up because it was on lists of books by Palestinian writers or authors with Palestinian backgrounds and so on. So there you have it. The next book is Jonathan Abernathy, You Are Kind by Molly McGee. I feel like I'm butchering her name. Anyway, I found out about this book from Twitter, so I picked it up. Next is King, A Life by Jonathan Eigg. This I picked up because it's been hot on Bookstagram, but particularly because Bricklit over on Instagram talked about it. I'm going to post a link to her profile down below. She talked about how there's that tension about reading biographies of black icons written by white authors, and Jonathan Eigg is a white man, but she talked about grappling with it and in the end deciding to read the book. So I found that, like reflection pretty interesting and put a hold on the book, and it came in this week. Next is Roaming by Gillian Tamaki and Mariko Tamaki. I don't know how I came upon this book. I think it was Lindy of at Lindy's Magpie Reads, but even if it wasn't, I am looking forward to reading this because it's premised around these two students who have wanted to go to New York for a long time, so they go, but then another friend hops on and they become a party of three and hijinks ensue. The reason I think it's Lindy is because the authors are Canadian, but I might be wrong. The next book is Unshrinking, How to Face Fat Phobia by Kate Manne. I first heard about this book from the Burnt Toast podcast. I'll post a link to the particular episode down below where the author was on. And I'm always interested in books around body positivity or how to deal with issues of bodies and how they move through the world, because I'm not a small girl. And so yeah, I get a lot of comments on my body, like in the recent past there have been a lot of, oh, you've grown really fat, you've become so big, etc. And it's like, first of all, mind your own business. But I laugh about it, but a lot of those things are rooted in like fat phobia and diet culture and so on. So this book was interesting to me for that reason. Lastly, it's The Wellness Trap: Break Free from Diet Culture, Disinformation, and Dubious Diagnosis, and Find Your True Well-Being by Christy Harrison. I think I had her on a podcast and they brought up The Wellness Trap on that podcast. But I also used to listen to Christy Harrison's podcast at some point, and then I sort of like fell off from generally listening to podcasts on the whole. So I'm interested to hear what this has to offer. I suspect I also have the audiobook borrowed, but I forgot to put in the details and I'm not going back. We all know how it is. You take a break and you don't come back. So yeah, that's all the books I have borrowed since the last time I spoke to you. Please tell me down below which books you borrowed from your library, physical books, audiobooks, ebooks, and so on. And yeah, why you borrowed them. I'm always interested in why one picks up one book and not another. And I hope to talk to you soon. Please like, share, subscribe, and all the good things. Bye.